Okay. Hi, Prabhjot. Welcome to today's mock interview. I'm Pranayan. I'll be taking your interview. So, for let's start by introducing yourself.
Good evening, sir. My name is Prabhjot, and I am currently pursuing my Bachelor of Engineering in Computer Science grade from Chandigarh University. I have just completed my third year, and I am interested in computer programming, and I have also made a few development projects in Tech field.
Okay. So, can you share your resume and also share your screen with it?
Is the screen visible, sir?
Yeah.
So, take my resume.
Can you share the link on the chat as well?
So, sir. I can see the chat option. It's only for team members, I guess.
Okay. So, share it on the Discord then.
I have sent you the resume link.
Yep, got it. Okay. So, you have been working as a teaching assistant at asksenior.
Yes, sir.
So can you briefly tell what this is about?
Sir, Ask Senior is basically startup in we can say in the education field,
Mhm.
which basically helps students to make their BSA concept strong and also help them. Like we have some particular sheets that students can solve and can improve their skill set in computer programming and certain algorithms. We also take classes and also hold post contest discussions to discuss the problems and the queries of the students. Or we can say the people who are enrolled to our membership.
I see. Okay, so in your technical skills, you have mentioned Node.js, Express.js, MySQL. So you are mostly experienced on the backend side.
Yes, sir. In the Monstack, I am currently working on the expression node.
Okay. And can you describe a little bit about your open source contributions?
Yes, sir. In the open source contributions, I have like there is a project on the GitHub that is quick learn, and there
Mm.
was a I have added a page using HTML and Bootstrap. Like I can show you up here that is much. This is a project basically where students can learn how to contribute to the open source. And I have added a page in which there are steps, particular steps are defined that students can contribute using GitHub or we can say Git. I mean, sorry, Git tool. The students can follow that particular steps and can contribute to any repository on the GitHub.
Okay. Okay, so let's go into our first problem of today. Uh, Let me know if you can see the link I shared in the chat of Teams.
I can't see the chat box in the page.
Okay. Okay, I'll send on Discord.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll paste the question.
Okay.
Can you see the question now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We have given n lines and n circles. We put it in. We have to find the number of islands. And island is defined as a collection of lines and circles where every line circle is intersected by at least one another line circle from that collection. Island is given as information with n rows and equal to y intercept. Every circle is given as x, y corners to the circle and target radius. Okay. So in this problem, we are given n lines and m circles. It is basically a 2D plane. We have to count the number of the islands. Where an island is defined as a collection of lines and circles where every line is seconded by at least one another circle from that collection. Where everything is given as m comma c, where m is the slope to that surface and c is the y-intercept. So, as much I understand, we are given a set of lines, set of m lines, and set of n lines, and a set of m circles, where every line is in the form of m comma c, where m is the slope of the x-axis and c is the y-intercept, and every circle is of the form x comma y comma r, where x comma y are the coordinates of the center of the circle and r is the radius. So we have to basically count the number of islands and how an island is identified. An island is defined as a collection of lines, circles, where every line circle is intersected by at least one. So basically we have to count like two lines or two circles or any one line and a circle intersect. So these all form a single island. Am I right? Like
Yeah.
if two lines intersect or two circles intersect or any single line and a single circle intersect. And we have to basically count the number of islands. The number of so how can we approach? So can you tell me about the constraints like the values values of the n and m to the extreme point they can go?
Yes, so n can be from 0 to 10 power 4,
M
and
can
m can be from 0 to 10 power 3. Uh, m m will be given as a double, so decimal value. So 0 to, I think that's minus 1, right? 0, 1, minus 1 to 1.
sorry for y can be
X
double
and
value, right?
y will be uh, x and y, you can take integers.
X and y are basically the equivalent set of circles.
C will be integer, xy will be integer.
Okay.
Not n. N can be, n is integer. N is the number of lines. No? N will be integer.
Small m can be double. Small m can be double and x comma y comma c are integers. Like we can
And R also has a constraint. R will
Yes.
be from 1 to 10.
Mm, so, like in this, we can check if two lines intersect, then we will identify, like we can put them together in a single island.
Okay.
So, it's like if IX and GX line intersect, then they will form a single island. Am I right?
Yeah.
Similarly, if GX and KX line intersect, GX and KX, then these three together form a single island,
Correct.
right? Okay. So basically, we can mm, like we can check in all the lines, like if they intersect, then we can link them together, and later on, like we can form a graph like structure, and we can simply later on find the connected components of the graph.
Okay.
Like if we have n lines and I and j intersect, so they will together form a single component, and if k also intersect them, so they will together form a single component. Like I is linked to j, I I is linked to j, and j is linked to k. So we can simply find the connected components in the graph. How to check if two lines intersect or not? Uh, yes, if the slope of two lines is same and
Hmm.
their y-intercept is different, then these
Hmm.
two lines can never intersect. So they will be then parallel lines.
Okay.
So if we go to, like if two lines are not parallel, so they will definitely intersect at a point.
Okay.
Am I right?
Yeah,
Like
you're going in the right direction.
so we basically have to find the number of lines, like number of different slopes in this in the line n lines. We will find the number of different slopes, and all those different slopes will intersect with each other.
Okay.
So they will together form an island. Like if there are slopes that intersect, wait, there are slopes that never intersect, but there is a line that intersects another line, then these two will definitely intersect. Okay, okay. So if in all these lines m is different, then all these lines together will intersect at a single point. Definitely intersect at a single point because they are not parallel then. Like if I and J are parallel, but I and K are not parallel. So these I and K will definitely intersect. Similarly, J and K will also intersect. So these I and J can be connected with a single K. So these again I, J, K will form a single island.
Okay.
You get my point what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, you can continue with that.
So we basically have to find in like line section how many different number of slopes are there. If all the lines have similar slope, then these lines will never intersect. And otherwise, if the like there are two unique slopes, then all the lines will definitely intersect at a single point. Now we have to basically find if these circles will intersect with any line or not, or these circles will intersect among themselves or not. Okay, at least one other line from that question. Where every line circle intersected by at least okay, we just have to check if the circle is intersected by any line. How can we check this? If a circle is intersected by any line, how can we check this? A circle is intersected by any line. How can we check this? In the circle we have center and its radius, and in the line we have the equation of the line. With these two equations we can solve. Like if we can find a single point on the circle that lies on this line, then these two will intersect. How can we find a single point on a circle? And we can check later on that if that point lies on the line or not. Maybe from a single island. Now we are left with the part of checking if single line intersects with another circle or not. How can we check this? Talk about the equation of the line, then we are know y equal to ms plus c. And if we talk about the equation of the circle, mm, plus square plus y square. Mm, I can't remind the equation of the circle, sorry.
So do you need any help?
Can you, I can't actually remind the what's the equation of the circle, sorry.
Okay, for now, try the circle with circle intersection first.
Like we need to check if two circles intersect or not, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So we can check if two circles intersect or not. Mm, every circle we know the center of the circle and we know the radius of the circle. So if two circles intersect, then two circles, then like if we take two circles x1, x2, sorry, y1 and r1, and another circle y2, r2, then if r is smaller, then we will check till when the r can go. Two circles can intersect or not. Let's consider r1 is smaller. So it helps me with the equation of the circle. Then stuck on that path only.
Okay, so for the time being, assume that you are given two functions uh, that will tell you if the circle and line passed are intersecting or not, and if the two circles passed at parameters are intersecting or not. Assume that those are given. Then how will you proceed?
So then we can simply connect these lines like if ith and jth like ith line and jth circle intersect, then we can simply connect I with j.
Okay.
And later on, like if ith line also intersect with the kth circle, then we can connect I and k2. And at the end, we'll find all the connected components of the graph related. Or yes, sir, that's pretty much it. Like if we can basically find if two lines or two circles intersect, then we can simply make the graph and find all the connected components. This will give us the number of the islands in this case.
Okay. So what will be the time complexity of that?
Uh, Time complexity, like if the number of lines is n and the number of circles is m, and to check Strong lines are like we have to check for every IS line to the every GS line. So that's basically n square. So we have to check for every line if the another line intersect or not, like n into n and n into m. Yes, so the overall time complexity of the code will be n into n plus n into m.
And so n into n will be for line
For
with line.
the and into m will be for the line to the circle.
And for the circle with circle,
So, in the question it's already mentioned where every line circle intersected by at least one other line. Oh, sorry, for another circle too. Sorry. So we have to check another loop and it will be m into m2. This for every line to line, this is line to circle, and this is circle to circle.
okay, so m given is maximum 10 power 4, right?
Yes, sir. So actually, we
So,
don't need to iterate to every n. We can simply use this concept for the parallel lines. Like if the slope is equal, the slope of all the lines, if for every line, all line is equal, then these lines will never intersect each other.
sorry, can you repeat? I missed it.
Like if the slope of two lines is if slope of lines is equal,
Hmm.
lines is equal, then these lines are parallel lines are parallel, and thus they will never intersect each other. So we can simply and its slope is different. Its slope of line is then line are not parallel and they will definitely intersect at some point.
Okay, so how will that affect the time complexity?
So rather than iterating for every ith line to every jth line, we can simply check the number of unique m, number of unique m, basically, and count of unique m is greater than one. Then all the lines will definitely intersect with each other.
Yeah, so will this improve the time complexity for that part from n
Yes.
times n?
Rather than like we can simply use that if the answer is unique or not in simply linear time complexity, so it will be O n into m.
Okay. Okay, so n is 1e3, if I remember,
Yes, sir. M is 1 is 3.
and n is 1e4, so that's fine. N times m will be 1e7, so that will also be within the limits. But m times m will be 1e8, which will probably give TLE in many online platforms.
N into M might be really.
Yeah, so how can you like improve upon it?
Mm, how can we improve this? Mm, in the case of non-parallel lines, if a circle intersects a single line, that it will definitely intersect all other lines too. So they will definitely form island in that case. So two lines into circles on n line. We have to reduce this now n into m. Basically, we have to reduce the time complexity for checking the a circle and a line intersect. How can we reduce this? We cannot check the slope for the line. We cannot. How can we reduce the checking for every line that it can intersect another circle or no?
Okay, Prabhjot, uh, try to improve the m times m part, the two circles part.
Okay, we have to check if two circles intersect or not.
Yeah, so this would pass the on any online platforms, but there is scope of improvement here.
Okay, so we have to check two circles intersect or not. Rather than checking for every circle to another circle, mm, to this we have to check for every circle if two circles intersect or not. How can we improve this? How can we improve this? If we take about if we work something on the centers of the circle, we given two circles and we want to check if these two how can we improve this? We are given with the center of the circle and its radius. If we take the radius of the circle, one circle, radius of another circle. Oh, yes, sir, we can check like rather than like sir, we can use in this sorting into pointers. If we sort all the circles stored according to the size, according to the radius,
Okay.
so we can use two pointers. Like if there is a circle with radius 10, another circle radius like 1, and the center and the distance between the centers is greater than 10 plus 1, then they will definitely never intersect each other. Distance between the centers greater than 1. Sorry, I mean greater than distance between the centers is greater than the sum of their radius. Then these two circles will never intersect each other.
Okay.
So we can kind of use sorting. We will sort the circles according to their sorting according to their radius, and then we can use two pointers to iterate if two circles intersect or not.
So can you take a very small example and like show the working of this, just this part?
Okay, sir. Like we have two circles. In one circle, the center is given 0, 1, and radius is 1. And in another part, we are given center as 5, 4, and their radius is also 1. We need at least 3, no? And another we are given like 10, 11, and its radius is 2. So like we can see these are already sorted according to the radius. Here's the format x comma y comma r. Where x comma y are the coordinates of the center and r is the radius. So let's talk about these two intersecting with, like we can see that this circle can never intersect with this circle, because if we talk about the distance between the centers is centers, we can find the 4 minus 10, absolute value will be take it's 6, and 5 minus 11 equals to mm, no, it's not working I guess in this case. How can we check two circles
Yes,
optimated R?
assume that the function is given if two circles are intersecting.
Sorry, sir.
So in this case, also assume that the function is given that two circles are intersecting or not, like it will return true or false. So
Okay, sir.
explain the how you will apply the sorting and then two pointer here.
Well, if we know that two circles are intersecting, then we can simply like we can simply use two pointers. Like if if we are given I, and like we are given 3 points I comma j comma k, and if we can see that I and j are not intersecting, then we will not intersecting. Then we will simply increment our I, because if we can't intersect with the I, j can't intersect with the I, then it's obvious that I minus one, all the circles that are present at the I minus one path will never intersect with j. Like
Okay.
let me show you the code form. Like we can see that mm, like we will keep incrementing the j between j less than n, and name the function as circle I comma j. So we will keep incrementing the j till these two circles can intersect. After that, we will increment our I, move to the next iteration. And we will call another function that will like connect I comma j. So here we can get our connected circles, and we can simply find all the connected circles in, like if we talk about the complexity, then it's linear. We have using two pointers, so O1. Hello, sir, can you hear me?
Yeah. Sorry. Okay, so this is fine. Now, last question.
Yes, sir.
Assume that uh, assume that there are no lines, like number of lines is 0,
Yes, sir.
and number of circles is 1e6.
Yes, sir.
So in that case, how will you make sure that the time complexity is within the limits?
So, sir, we can simply generate find all the intersecting circles in this way. And if we talk about the connecting part, then we can use, I guess, this joint set union to connect these two. So that will find all the connected circles, or basically connected islands. We can use this joint set union later on to find the number of the islands.
Okay. So in that case, what will be the time complexity?
Mm, If you talk about the time complexity, and acceleration will cost us linear time according to all the circles. And if you talk about the distributed union time complexity, then that will also be O(n) only. For every for every code, we are making every code n times. No? So that will also be O(n) linear time complexity. So the overall time complexity of the function code will be O(n) plus n. It will eventually give us O(n) only. Linear time complexity will be the answer.
Okay. Okay, Prabhjot, that's fine. Now, let's move on to the next problem.
Okay.
So I'll paste the problem and I'll also speak it out. So suppose you are an engineer at Spotify and you have been given a new task to make the top 10 played songs. Like this is a widget which will always be present on the like website or app, whatever the device is, it will always be present at some part of the website or app. And obviously, Spotify is a highly used app, so the number of plays will be extremely high for any kind of time interval. So every minute you will receive the updated data. So whichever songs are getting played in that minute, they will be accumulated and sent to you, and you will have to then change like update the widget accordingly to display the most recent like the top 10 at this current time. So for you have to do this for every minute, so or every time you get the new data. So how will you do this? How will you approach this?
So in this, basically we have to find receive updated data every 10 minutes. Okay, sir. Mm, So in this, we can sir use a data structure which will store. Um, so can I please have a minute? Those were in the top 10 great songs. You will appreciate have a minute. How do you handle to improve fastest update from the user end? So sir, it means we have to basically store the data every minute whenever we receive the new data according to the new data. Am I right, sir? So,
Yeah,
sir,
so
we can.
the a different team will send you the new data every minute. Your job
So,
is
so,
to display like arrange like
so,
do something such that the top 10 is efficiently getting updated.
so, top 10 songs. So, sir, in this, we can use something like heap data structure to always maintain the top 10 most played songs, and we can sort the heap according to the time that each song is being played, and we can update the heap accordingly after the new data we get.
Okay, so can you like explain with an example?
So, sir, like we can use something type of variety queue data structure that will store all the most played songs top 10. Like in the first call, we are being sent one song with 10 plays and another song with 8 plays, a song with 9 plays.
Just keep the number of plays only. No need to do one, two, three.
Okay. 10, 9, 8, 11, 12. So we can insert all these, push all this data into a priority queue like data structure. So it will eventually sort the data according to 12, 10, 11, 10, 9, 8. And this you want, um, this is the correct answer for the given input.
Okay. So suppose now a new batch of data comes in. Now, how will you update?
Suppose if the new batch is 24, 25, 1, and 2. So we will simply push the data in this priority queue only, and the priority queue will in the backend automatically store the data according to the like in descending order. So the update data will be 24, sorry, 25, 24, 12, 10, 10, 9, 8, 2, and 1. So this is the update data after first call, and accordingly after each call we can update the priority queue, and then we will display the top 10 platforms. So we will display the top 10 numbers.
Okay. Now suppose another minute passes, another new batch comes in.
Another new batch like 4, 5, 6, and 3. So if we push this data into the already created priority queue, then the new priority queue will look like this only. 25, 24, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, and 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 5. So we will not, we like, they will insert only, we will keep only, I mean, only the top 10 elements, and we will pop out all the other small elements that will increase our priority queue size from 10. Right?
Okay.
If our priority queue size increases than the required number, then we will simply not insert the last data. So basically, we will store the data in mini heap, like rather than arranging them in handling or no, rather than arranging them in descending order, and we will simply, yeah, we will take mini heaps in this case. So simply we pop out the data that is smallest out of all these 10. And if our strategy is 10, then we will simply pop out the top element, which will be the smallest one in the given priority queue. Like this is basically the priority queue in reverse order.
Okay.
So
So, okay, that's fine. Let me give you another example. So suppose this is the present state of the list. So these are the IDs and these are the number of times they have been played. Okay.
okay,
So the first element is the ID, second is the number of times they've been played. Now suppose a new batch comes in and it says ID 4 has become 50, ID 0 has become 20, ID 79 has become 20, ID 3 has become 10, 3 is what, 12, so can be 10, 13. Okay, so now uh, how will you like show how it will be working?
so in this case, first of all, the increment is there or the change of the number of items. Like earlier, 4 was played 7 times. Now it is played 50 times extra or total 50 times.
This is the final number that is played, so you do not have to add anything. This is the
Okay.
final.
Okay. So we can use in a similar way. Like we will first insert all the these priority queue data in the priority queue, or it's easy to better to take multi-set, I guess. Because then we can erase our elements in O log n, and insertion can also be done in O log n only. Because if you take a priority queue, then the erasing part cannot be done in the O log n. So it's better to take
Okay.
multi-set, I guess. Then, like in the multi-set, we will simply store the like in the multi-set, we will simply store the highest number of the played songs, top 10 played songs. And if there are changes in there, we will compare them with the smallest. We will compare the change data with the smallest. Like if we talk about this, then for the comfort, can we take her 5 songs? Like for the data is for the 10 is not, I guess, enough in this case. So is it okay if I take her top 5 songs?
Yeah, okay. For the example, take five.
Okay, so first of all, we will insert. We will first of all we will create a multi-set.
If you are taking five, then let me remove some of the things.
Okay.
Let's remove this one and this one. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Yeah, now proceed.
In this we can take a multi-set in which we will store a data in the form of pair. Where basically we will name a set top 10. Where basically the first is basically the number of times song has been played. Number of times song has been played. And second represents ID, song ID. Is it okay, sir?
Okay.
And we will insert all the top 10 according to sort. It will sort all the top 10 songs according to the number of the times they have been played. And
Okay.
if we like, first of all, we will insert 1 comma 10. Later on, we will insert 2 comma 9. Sorry, it will insert in the form of 10 comma 1 because 10 is the number of times it has been played. And later on, it will be inserted 2 comma 9 will be inserted. It will be inserted at because the data is in sorted position. So 9 comma 2. And later on, it will be 4 comma 7. 7 is the number of times. 4 is the ID. And later on, it will be 0 comma 15. So it will be inserted to the last position because 15 is the highest. Comma 0. And later on, 1 comma 90. So it will be also at the first position. Sorry, one already exists here. So we will remove this one. Okay? Like we will also maintain a data structure to store the number of just to store all the songs that are already in the multi-set.
Okay.
Like we can use math already exist. So in this case, already exists one already exists in the multi-set, but here one is placed 90 times later on. So we will simply remove this. In place of this, we will insert 90 comma 10.
Okay.
Now here 3 comma 12. I have missed.
Yeah, so this is your top five now. Then
Five.
the new batch comes in. Now show how it will work.
And so the new batch is basically this. So first of all, we will see 40 4 comma 50. So we can say that the smallest value in this is greater than is less than the new batch first number. So we will simply remove this and push the new batch into the multiset. So because the data is sorted, so it will eventually get to the right position. Now we will see the 0,20. So we can see that the this is also greater than the smallest one. So we will simply remove this and insert 0,20 here. No 0, but 0 already exists here. So like we will not we cannot remove the last one. This simply remove the one like we have stored all the already existing in the another system data structure. So we will see if the 0 is already existing, and we can see that 0 is already existing here. So we simply remove the 0 and insert the new 0, 30, 0.
So how will you find the particular thing? Like for deletion, you need either the pointer or something for that element, right?
I have already stored like already exist 0 equals to string was already there. Okay, so I will check first of all if 0 exists or not, and if exists, then we'll find the exact number. So the exact number was 0 comma and 15 comma 0, which was earlier existing here. We will simply find the number in the set like this, and we simply remove this and insert the new one
Okay.
and update here 0 to 20. And similarly, we move to the next 79 comma 20. So here it will be inserted here 20, 79, and we will remove the smallest one again. And here 3 comma 13, and 13 is still greater than the smallest one, so we will insert it here only. Remove this one. So this will, after the second slide preparation, this will be the highest rate. It's top 10 songs, top 5 songs basically.
Okay. So can you like analyze the time and space?
For every iteration, we are using insertion and deletion, so these are basically log n. So if there are n iterations, then it will be log n, and we are using here method structure. Also takes log n, so it will also will be time complexity again will be log n. So for every call, like for every batch, the time complexity will be n log n plus n log n. This is because of the use of multiset, and this is because we use to check the already existing part.
Okay. So assume that the batch size is m, which usually is significantly greater than n, right? Because there are a
Okay.
large number of songs. So assume that those are different, n and m. Now, like, can you just like change the variables?
Yes, sir. So for the multiset deletion and operation, the size will be fixed. Like multiset size is always 5.
Okay.
So it will be here log 5. So n is basically so, and for the first batch it will be m. So this is but for n and m, the new batch, n is old batch and m is every new batch. So like for the first time, that time it will be n into log n plus it will be 5, and it will be m log 5. And in this case, for the math part, we are not reducing or taking it, so it will be n log n only. Like the capital one, the bigger one is m, so it will be m. So it will be the final time capacity if the n the sizes are different for every batch, for old batch and new batch. Perfect actually.
You can ignore the first batch because after first batch after the first batch you'll be doing only the updating part only. First batch will only
Okay,
occur once.
okay, sir. So if we know the first one, then what is the then M and then M are different.
You can ignore the creation of your multi-set and already exist map. uh, Assume that there is a set like multi-set, like initial stage is already created. You are just doing the updation part.
So for every insertion and deletion log, time will be taken log, and time will be taken for set, and for map also log M. But we are iterating through every new part, so it will be M into log, just M into log.
Okay. And space. Okay,
Mm,
spaces you are already taken. So multi-set will be fixed space.
the multiple list and map will be variable. It will be like number of IDs, total number of IDs.
Okay, but the number of IDs can be huge. There are a huge number of songs.
Also, can you please tell me like what is the approximate assumption estimation for the number of songs?
Well, I guess they are in billions. Like it will for any online coding challenges, it will pass. But in a real world experience where like Spotify's using these things, they will try to minimize on their extra space, right?
Yes, sir. So I guess in this approach we need to maintain the map part. So delete the element from the top five.
Okay,
I have
that's
seen
fine.
my
Like
approach.
the time is good enough, and the time was the main need here. So I'll just end with one small puzzle. Okay, so sand hourglasses, like the sand keeps
Yes,
flowing for a fixed time. Yeah, so
yes,
you are given two of those. One of the glasses takes 4 seconds for the sand to fall to the other compartment, and the other glass takes 7 seconds. First one is 4 seconds. So you have to measure 9 seconds using these two.
yes, sir. How can we do that? First class is taking 4 seconds, and second class is taking 7 seconds, and we have to measure 9 seconds. Okay, sir. We can in this we can use like we can simultaneously turn both the glasses. Okay. So when the
Okay.
4 seconds will pass, then in the second glass, when the 4 seconds will pass, so the first glass will be empty. In the second glass, on the one side we have sand for 3 seconds. Okay, are you getting my point, sir? Like in the
Yeah.
first glass, all the sand is in the one side only, whereas in the second
Yeah.
glass, the
You
sand,
can continue and uh, continue till you get the answer. Then you can explain.
for the 4 seconds, the first glass, and the second glass we have 3 seconds. And, mm, 3 seconds, then again we can turn on second glass, and four class together. Now in first class, we know how to measure 1 second. We know how to measure 1 second. So we will turn the first class and we will turn the seventh class. We measure 1 second from there. We have second class, we have for 3 seconds. Fourth class, 3 seconds. Mm, First class, we can measure 4 seconds. Second class, we can measure 7 seconds. We will calculate for 9 seconds. We will turn both the classes together whenever yes, we can know if when the first class is having the half stand on one side and half stand on the other side.
No, no, no.
We have for 3 seconds, we have 4 seconds. Then we will simply turn the two glass. We will start turning the second glass. We will start in the second glass. The glass is having 7 seconds. We simultaneously turn both the glass together. And at a point when the fourth glass is finished, then in the second glass we have stand for 3 seconds and 4 seconds. And we will again simultaneously turn the glass. Then we have 4 seconds. With 4 seconds plus 1 it's like there are two glasses, 4 seconds plus 3 seconds. We have after 10 seconds, 3 seconds. How can we measure 9 seconds? After 4 seconds, and first glass is empty. The second glass we have for 3 seconds. Again, okay, sir. Like can like first of all we will turn both of the classes together. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Continue.
So, so for the first we will turn both of the classes together, and after 4 seconds, after 4 seconds, first class will be empty, so we will know when the 4 seconds happen.
Okay,
While in the second class we have stand for 3 seconds.
okay.
Okay, sir.
Hmm.
Mm, then we will again simultaneously turn both the classes together. After 3 seconds, first class will have stand for 1 second. 1 second stand, and second class 7 seconds on one side and 0 seconds on other side.
Okay.
So in this way, we have both class will stand for 7 seconds. We need to turn second class. First class 4 seconds, second class 7 seconds. So after 4 seconds, 7 we have a 4 and a 3. If we have a 4, if we have a 1, we need 4 plus 4 plus 1. But how can we have
Prabhjot, since we are running out of time, I'll give you 2 more minutes to think about it.
paper? So, 4, 4, 4, we have 1 here. Here, here, all of the 7. From here, 7 here, 6, 6, 4, 7 seconds, 3, 4, 4 here. Over here, 3 here, and the same clock, 2 times, we have 1 second.
Prabhjot, do you need any help?
Yes, sir. Like I have selected 4 in the 7 second stand clock. There is 4 second stand in one side and 3 second stand in another side. And in the 4 second clock, there is 4 second stand in one side. So I'm trying to think of a way in which we can simply arrange 2 second stand in the second clock so that we can use this 2 second in the second clock and the 7 second in the first clock together to obtain a 9 seconds.
So let me help you here. So here you had mentioned that after 3 seconds, there is 1 second in the first class and 7 and 0 in the second class. So till here, the number of second syllabus is 7.
Yes, sir.
So, if you let the first glass run out, so it has 1 second left. So after 1 second, the total time will be 8. And the first glass will be empty and 4.
The
And
second class
the
is
second glass will have 6 and 1.
yes, sir.
So can you like,
Yes, sir. Now the second class is 6 and 1. Now we can simply use the second class to calculate in the 1 second. Which is have total 9 seconds.
yeah,
Okay, sir. Okay.
okay, that's fine. Now, just on an ending note, do you have any questions for me?
Mm, sir, can it be related to this the coding problem?
Uh, like I'll end it after the interview ends. But uh, okay, so अभी इंटरव्यू एंडेड. अभी मैं बोलता हूँ कि क्या क्या फीडबैक है.
अब रिकॉर्डिंग चलती रहेगी.
हाँ, रिकॉर्डिंग चलती रहेगी, फीडबैक भी जाएगा. तो फर्स्ट बात ये है कि जब इंटरव्यूअर पूछेगा यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चन फॉर मी, उस पे ये कोडिंग क्वेश्चन एक्सप्लेन करना, ये सब नहीं बोलना था. दैट इज योर वन एंड ओनली चांस ऑफ एक्सप्रेसिंग योर इंटरेस्ट टुवर्ड्स द रोल. सो या तुम रोल या कंपनी या प्रोडक्ट के बारे में पूछो. सपोज गूगल का इंटरव्यू दे रहे हो, सो पूछो कि इज द लाइक what is the role I am being interviewed for. It's highly possible गूगल का ऐसा नहीं रहता है कि इनिशियली पहले से रोल फिक्स्ड होता है. वो लोग हायर करते हैं, फिर देखते हैं कि कहाँ पर अवेलेबिलिटी है, वैसा करते हैं. सो गूगल बड़े बड़े कंपनीज पे यू कैन आस्क कि हाउ व्हाट आर माय डे टू डे responsibilities gonna look like. What should I do to succeed in this role? So these are ये सब kind of questions तुमको पूछना होगा when the interview asks you, do you have any questions for me? फीडबैक कभी मत पूछना. कोई क्वेश्चन अगर नहीं हो पाया इंटरव्यू में, वो क्वेश्चन के बारे में बिल्कुल नहीं पूछना. दोज आर रेड फ्लैग्स. ठीक है. अब तुम अपना स्क्रीन शेयर खत्म बंद कर सकते हो, मैं अपना स्क्रीन शेयर करके दिखाऊंगा. हाँ, एक मिनट, एक मिनट रुकना. टैब शेयर नहीं होता क्या यहाँ पे? Never mind. अच्छा, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट व्हाइट बोर्ड है. व्हाइट बोर्ड ये दिख रहा है.
नहीं, अभी नहीं दिखा रहा है. व्हाइट बोर्ड इन प्रोग्रेस.
ये ब्रांड ड्राइंग करो, दिख रहा है?
नहीं दिख रहा.
नहीं दिख रहा. स्टॉप शेयरिंग.
आप वो यूज करो ना, वो गूगल का होता है ना, जो गूगल शीट करते हैं.
हाँ, मिल गया मिल गया. ओके, सो पहला क्वेश्चन में लाइन टू लाइन था, सर्कल टू लाइन था, एंड सर्कल टू सर्कल था. फर्स्ट पॉइंट ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशन ये था कि ये इंटरसेक्शन का वो अगर नंबर ऑफ यूनिक m ग्रेटर देन 1 होगा तो सारे लाइंस इंटरसेक्टिंग है. ये था पहला ऑब्जर्वेशन जो कि तुमने किया. अब इन ये दोनों पार्ट काफी मैथमेटिकल थे कि दो हो रहे कि नहीं, लेकिन इसका तो फिर भी ठीक है, डिस्टेंस बिटवीन सेंटर्स लेस देन इक्वल्स टू R1 प्लस R2 से फिर भी हो जाएगा इसका। ये वाला तो बहुत ज्यादा मैथमेटिकल था। तो योर फोकस शुड बी टू लाइक यू शुड फोकस ओनली ऑन द प्रोग्रामिंग पार्ट। ये वाला मैथमेटिकल पार्ट है, तो ये तुम से पूछ सकते थे कि will I have to like include this in my programming or will this be given, because this is not related to your programming, like problem solving ये नहीं है, ये मैथ्स है। इंटरव्यूअर तुम्हारा प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग देखेगा। तो अप्रोच होना चाहिए था पहले कि 3 फंक्शन बना लो, लाइंस इंटरसेक्ट, लाइक अगर मान रहे कि ये वाला ऑब्जर्वेशन नहीं भी लिया, लाइंस इंटरसेक्ट, सर्कल लाइन intersect and circles intersect। तो तुम क्या करोगे, तुम एवरी लाइन पहले इसको बार बार कॉल करोगे विथ L1 एंड L2, इसको कॉल करोगे विथ CI एंड LJ, एंड इसको कॉल करोगे विथ CI एंड CJ, एंड कॉल करके फिर जो भी आंसर होगा तुम उसको ग्राफ पे कनेक्ट करोगे, एंड और सारे कनेक्शन बन जाने के बाद DFS से कनेक्टेड कंपोनेंट्स करोगे, एंड अगर ये क्या बोलते हैं, अगर कंस्ट्रेंट ज़्यादा है तो DSA यूज़ करके। तो कंस्ट्रेंट ज़्यादा पे DSA यूज़ करना है, ये सही पकड़ा। कनेक्टेड कंपोनेंट्स था क्वेश्चन में, ये सही पकड़ा। मेन फंडा था कि मैथमेटिकल पार्ट को एब्स्ट्रैक्ट करना है। ये वाला चीज लाइक व्हेनेवर यू एनकाउंटर की प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग नहीं है मैथमेटिकल, या लाइक विच समथिंग विच इज नॉट कनेक्टेड टू प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग, उसको एब्स्ट्रैक्ट करने का कोशिश करना एंड पूछ लेना कि ये वाला पार्ट मेरे को करना है कि नहीं। तो और हाँ, सर्कल टू सर्कल इंटरसेक्ट में रेडियस 1 से 10 था, इसका एक सिग्निफिकेंस है। रेडियस 1 से 10 का क्या होगा, तुम्हारा CI का अगर सेंटर X1 Y1 है, तो द नेक्स्ट क्या बोलते हैं, लेफ्ट साइड में कितना जाएगा, 2R1, राइट साइड में 2R। सो तुम्हारा ये जो बॉक्स बन रहा है, एंड ऊपर भी 2R, नीचे भी 2R, तुम्हारा ये जो बॉक्स बन रहा है, इसी बॉक्स के अंदर अगर कोई सर्कल रहेगा तो उसी का चांस है कि इस सर्कल के साथ इंटरसेक्ट करे, इसके बाहर रहेगा तो कोई चांस नहीं है। तो एक मैप पे हाँ बोलो।
मतलब इसमें बस मैं मैथ्स में पढ़ता, अगर मैथ्स में बता देता तो फिर सिंपल DSA या फिर कहने का मतलब स्कोर भी हो जाता पूरे टाइम।
हाँ, तो ये लाइक इंटरव्यू में ऐसे पूछ सकते हैं, और स्पेशली गूगल के इंटरव्यू में तो पूछ ही सकते हैं। गूगल फिर भी ठीक ठाक लेता है, अगर मॉर्गन स्टैनली वगैरह जाओ तो वो लोग ये सब कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि उन लोग का मैथमेटिकल बेस है। तो ये एक दूसरा ऑब्जर्वेशन था, एंड ये हुआ। दूसरा वाला क्वेश्चन में प्रायोरिटी क्यू इज लाइक सेकंड बेस्ट ऑप्शन होगा प्रायोरिटी क्यू में। क्यों? क्योंकि प्रायोरिटी क्यू में जैसे जो वाला केस में एक अंदर एलिमेंट था, उसको निकालने के चक्कर में पूरा ये चेंज हो जाएगा। मल्टी सेट में लॉग आ रहा है, विच इज़ फाइन फॉर प्रोग्रामिंग, लाइक हम लोग के लिए फाइन है जब हम लोग लीड कोड CF कॉन्टेस्ट देते हैं, लेकिन रियल वर्ल्ड में ऑब्वियसली इससे भी बेटर चाहिए, एंड उससे बेटर है O1 में सोल्यूशन है, वो है लिंक लिस्ट यूज करके। LRU कैशे पता है?
हाँ जी, अब आया दिमाग। हाँ जी,
हाँ, तो LRU कैशे जैसा लॉजिक होगा कि तुम्हारा
मतलब
ये हेड, हाँ मैं पूरा समझा दे रहा हूँ।
ये एक LFU करके भी था, लीस्ट फ्रीक्वेंट और मोस्ट फ्रीक्वेंट था बस।
हाँ, तो बेसिकली इस केस में क्या होगा कि दिस इज योर लाइक टॉप 10 में ये फर्स्ट पोजीशन है, ये सेकंड पोजीशन पे है, थर्ड पे है, फोर्थ, फिफ्थ, तो टॉप 5 लेके बोल रहा हूँ। तो इसी में दोनों डेटा भी रहेंगे कि क्या था, नंबर ऑफ प्लेस एंड आईडी। अब नया बैच आया, उसका हर एलिमेंट के लिए तुम यहाँ पे आइटरेट करते रहोगे, देखोगे कि क्या देखना था। हाँ, तो पहले चेक करना है कि ये वाला आईडी है कि नहीं। आईडी अगर सपोज इस पे है तो तो इस पे अगर है तो फिर तुमको पता चल जाए कि इसको ये सामने की तरफ जा सकता है। एंड एंड इसको लाइक ये लिंक में नया कोई एलिमेंट ऐड नहीं होगा, नया कोई पुराना एलिमेंट डिलीट नहीं होगा अगर आईडी ऑलरेडी है। तो इस पे तुम चेक कर सकते हो इटरेट करके कि कहाँ पे एलिमेंट जाना चाहिए। सपोज 2 पोजीशन पे जाना चाहिए, तो इसको तुम यहाँ पे डाल दिए, इसका लिंक तुमने इसका नेक्स्ट पे डाल दिए, बस हो गया। और इसको तुम यहाँ पे डाल दिए, तो हो गया तुम्हारा फर्स्ट का नेक्स्ट हो गया थर्ड, थर्ड का नेक्स्ट हो गया सेकंड, सेकंड का नेक्स्ट हो गया फोर्थ एंड फिफ्थ। तो ये एक ऑप्शन है। O1 में हो गया, तुमको 3 लिंक्स चेंज करने हैं। और अगर आईडी नहीं है तो सिंपली चेक करते रहना कि यहाँ पे लाइक 1 बाय 1 चेक करते रहना कि कौन सा पोजीशन पे है, वहाँ पे न्यू नोड बना के घुसा देना, इसको इससे कनेक्ट कर देना, फिर इसको यहाँ से ग्राउंड कर देना, खत्म। तो यहाँ पे भी 3 लिंक्स चेंज करने हैं, एक न्यू नोड बनाना है। तो सेट का जो लॉग एन है उससे फास्टर है। प्री प्रायोरिटी क्यू का ये वाला केस बिना छोड़ के भी, लाइक ये वाला केस इग्नोर भी करे तो भी प्रायोरिटी क्यू का इंसर्शन एंड डिलीट इज स्लोअर देन अ लिंक का चेंजिंग लिंक्स। तो ये वाला एलआरयू कैशे टाइप का फंडा था। एंड सैंडर वाला तो फाइनली हो गया। अब कुछ पॉइंट्स है जिसमें थोड़े लाइक नेगेटिव फीडबैक है, तो मैं नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव दोनों ही बोल रहा हूँ। पहला जो ये मैंने नोटिस किया कि सर्कल वाला क्वेश्चन जब ये था तुम मुंह पे हाथ दे देते, तुम सोच रहे थे। ट्राई टू कीप योर हैंड्स बिलो योर नेक। ग्राफ का प्रॉब्लम है, आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया, कंस्ट्रेंट के लिए पूछा, लाइन का जो ट्रिक था वो आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया, एब्स्ट्रैक्शन के लिए नहीं गए, मैथ में घुस गए, उसी में पूरा टाइम खा गया। और सर्कल टू सर्कल इंटरसेक्शन वाला बार बार मिस कर रहे थे कि वो वाला केस भी कंसिडर करना है।
हाँ, वो मैंने एक्चुअली वो क्वेश्चन में से थोड़ा मिस हो गया था, वैसे पार्ट वो वाला।
तो सर्कल टू सर्कल वाला ये करना था, एंड वो बॉक्स वाला अप्रोच भी देखना है। उसको चाहिए तो मैं बाद में एक ये CF पे एक ब्लॉग है तो मैं बाद में भेज दूंगा। ओके, तो एक बड़ा फीडबैक ये है कि तुम जब लाइक नॉर्मली एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर रहे, तुम कभी कभी बीच में कोड लिखना चालू कर दे रहे थे। ये कोड हर समय लाइक इंटरव्यूअर से पूछ के ही करना कि लाइक शुड आई कोड इट अप नाउ। क्योंकि नॉर्मली लाइक इंटरव्यू अगर तुम्हारा अप्रोच समझ लेगा उसके बाद लाइक देखो, इवैल्यूएशन का ऑर्डर होता है। फर्स्ट ऑर्डर होता है कम्युनिकेशन, तो वो बात करते करते तुम जैसा एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हो उससे समझ आ जाता है कि कम्युनिकेशन में ये अच्छा है कि बुरा है। सेकेंड ऑर्डर होता है प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग, उससे तुम कैसे वो प्रॉब्लम को अप्रोच कर रहे हो, क्या तुमने एक्सप्लेनेशन दिया, उससे वो वाला पार्ट आता है। थर्ड पे आता है टेक्निकल एबिलिटी। टेक्निकल एबिलिटी में आता है कि तुम कितना अच्छा उस अपने अप्रोच को कोड कर पा रहे हो। लेकिन अगर प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग में ही इंटरव्यूअर नॉट श्योर है कि तुम सही जा रहे हो कि नहीं, तो वो बता देगा कि थोड़ा और एक्सप्लेन कर दो, या फिर बता देगा कि हाँ तुम्हारा अप्रोच ठीक है, अब तुम कोड कर लो। तो वो इंटरव्यूअर के लिए इंटरव्यू के लिए वेट करना कि वो तुम पूछ लेना कि इज माई अप्रोच फाइन, डू यू नीड एनी मोर एक्सप्लेनेशंस, शुड आई कोड इट अप नाउ। इंटरव्यूअर बोलेगा या यू कैन प्रोसीड विथ कोडिंग, उसके बाद कोड करना। और फाइनली आता है टेस्टिंग। तो टेस्टिंग में टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी, स्पेस कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी एनालिसिस होता है, एंड एक छोटा केस पे ड्राई रन होता है, और एच केसेस आइडेंटिफाई करना होता है। तो ऐसे करना। नेमिंग कन्वेंशन वाज फाइन टू अ सर्टेन एक्सटेंट, वेरिएबल का नेमिंग कन्वेंशन। कि वो एलआरयू वाला क्वेश्चन में तुमने पहले प्रायोरिटी क्यों लिया था, उसके बाद उसको मल्टीसेट में चेंज किया था, सो दिस चेंज shows that you are not sure about your approach. तो data structure selection is the very first point of approaching any question. तो वो एक सही करने का ट्राई करना। एल्गोरिदम बाद में आता है, पहले डेटा स्ट्रक्चर आता है, ठीक है। और एक्सप्लेनेशन ज़्यादा करना, जो हर वर्ड बोल रहे हो वो टाइप करने का ज़रूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि टाइप करने में टाइम जाता है। तो टाइप छोटा, शॉर्ट कोड्स में करना, एक्सप्लेनेशन अच्छे से करना, ठीक है। और प्रैक्टिस करते रहना। ये मैंने इंटेंशनली काफ़ी टफ क्वेश्चंस पूछे थे, क्योंकि मैंने देखा तुम्हारा प्रोफाइल अच्छा है, तो टारगेट भी अच्छे अच्छे कम है, इसलिए मैंने सोचा कि इसको थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट देते हैं।
दिक्कत है।
चलो कोई नहीं, तो करते रहना, और 2-3 मॉक्स देते रहना। प्रैम पे एक वेबसाइट है, उस पर आई थिंक 6 या 7 का फ्री मॉक मिलता है रैंडम लोगों के साथ, तो उस पर कोशिश देख लेना, अपने दोस्तों के साथ देते रहना। ये अच्छा था, एक्सप्लेनिंग स्टाइल ठीक था, पूरा अच्छे से स्लो से स्टेप बाय स्टेप समझा रहे थे, बस बाकी चीज़ से देख लेना थोड़ा।
तो एक बार नेगेटिव वापस थोड़ा जल्दी से बता दो, नेगेटिव पार्ट
नेगेटिव वाले में पहले डेटा स्ट्रक्चर को अच्छे से चूज करना होता है। जो भी नॉन प्रोग्रामिंग रिलेटेड पार्ट्स रहेगा क्वेश्चन में, उसको एब्स्ट्रैक्ट करना है। उस पे मत घुसना, उससे पूछ लेना कि ये वाला मेरा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि नहीं। और पहले इंटरव्यू से पूछने के बाद ही कोडिंग स्टार्ट करना। और 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 बाकी ठीक ही था। हाँ, तुम टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी स्पेस से खुद से नहीं बता रहे थे, एक अप्रोच बताने के बाद, तो वो खुद से बताना है। ठीक है, बाकी इतना ही। चलो, ऑल द बेस्ट।